Welcome to the Eternal Bright Light channel. Nakshatras, the 27 lunar mansions, have been an integral part of Vedic astrology since the ancient times. We have already discussed about the nakshatras briefly in the Karmic Map Part 11 video of the Karmic Blueprint playlist. Now, we are starting a new series where we will discuss about each of these 27 nakshatras in details. Let's start our journey with the 10th nakshatra, the royal Magha Nakshatra. Magha is one of the brightest and largest amongst nakshatras, is represented in the night sky by a sickle-shaped group of stars in front of the royal constellation of Leo. The brightest among these is Alpha Leonis, or commonly known as Regulus. It is one of the brightest stars in the night sky, and is also known as the Little King, or the Little Sun. The word Magha translates into mighty, the beneficent, the great, the magnificent, the most important, or the bountiful. Magha's main symbol is a throne. You can imagine it as a royal chamber with a throne. This symbolism indicates royalty, power, status and honor. You can see all these symbolisms matches with the meaning evoked by the name of this nakshatra. Achievement is the bottom line of this nakshatra. In the material realm, Magha can bestow a native with power, position and authority. And in spiritual aspect, self-knowledge. Because, ultimately the body and mind is nothing but the throne of the soul to complete its karma in the world. In many cases, you can inherit all these purely through hereditary means from your parents and ancestors. The deity of this nakshatra are the Pitras. Pitras normally refers to the departed ancestors. It is no surprise that the world of the ancestors controls Magha. We owe a lot to our ancestors in our life, even without knowing or acknowledging it in modern times. But in ancient times, ancestor worship was a very common practice. But Pitras not just means the departed ancestors. Pitras are actually a clan of devatas or gods, whose duty is to judge the karmas of all the living beings. They pass the ultimate karmic judgment. The greatest among the Pitras is Lord Aryoma. There are several other great Pitras like Sama, Yama, and Agni, all of whom plays a significant role in the creation. Every living creatures are under the karmic judgment of the Pitras. Magha is a nakshatra relating both to our identity in the present life and our after-death journey. Magha is a fierce nakshatra by nature. It is Magha's job to shape the present using the past. Ketu is the planet associated with this nakshatra. This is a very much worldly nakshatra, which is interested in human affairs. Ketu is normally considered a secretive planet. But through this asterism, it promotes involvement in mundane affairs, for discharging one's worldly duties. When working through its higher principle, this asterism has a high degree of idealism, even when surrounded by worldly affairs. Ketu also has a rebellious nature, so this nakshatra is also related to all types of revolts against authority. Natives with strong Magha influence may have big noses and regal demeanor. It is not very difficult to see where the term big-nosed came from. These natives may be of middle stature and have lion-like top-heavy bodies. They may have arrogant mannerisms, which might make them misunderstood in general. They usually align themselves with their ancestral lineage and derive pride through a sense of belonging to their ancestors. They are usually magnanimous to those below their station in life, and following moral and ethical code is very important to them. Magha natives usually have a strong concern for the continuation of their family lineage through progeny. They have great expectations of their progeny and want them to bring pride and fame to the family. The secret hidden power of Magha Nakshatra is called Yagshepani Shakti, which means the power of the astral body to cut its ties with the physical body. Its symbolism is mourning above and the death process below. This relates Magha to all endings and also new beginnings, which arise as a result. Magha is considered to be an active nakshatra. Its naturally fiery nature promotes activity and dynamism. It is Magha's striving for a sense of achievement and glory, which makes it pursue an active way of life. Strangely enough, the ancient Vedic scholars assigned this royal nakshatra to the Shudra or servant class. It can be easily misunderstood at first, but if you think deeply, you will realize that the king is actually the biggest servant, serving the entire kingdom. You should realize it is your duty and service to the world which actually makes you like a king. Magha is a female nakshatra. It is a Vedic tradition to view things like fame, prosperity and fortune as feminine. In fact, this entire creation is considered to be a form of the mother goddess, Mahamaya. The Ayurvedic nature of Magha is Kapha. Kapha is related to water and earth element. Magha natives can hide its fierceness under a calm exterior, and calmness is a quality associated to the water element. Magha is a tamasic nakshatra. Magha carries within itself all the inertia, temptations and trappings, which the past more often than not manages to conjure, which can retard new growth as a result of being stuck in the past. Magha is related to east, south, northwest and southwest direction. It's all the four padas or segments, falls in Leo zodiac sign. This nakshatra belongs to the Rakshasagana. This signifies that the astral world is also inhabited by negative entities, alongside the holy spirits. Professions related to this nakshatra are administrators, high-ranked managers, CEO, chairman, any royal positions, high positions in government, bureaucrats, aristocrats, lawyers, judge, magistrates, politicians, historians, orators, librarians, archaeologists, occultists, astrologers, antique dealers, genetic engineering, referees and exorcists. Places related to Magha are deserts, forests, capital cities, libraries, museums, government offices, residence of top politicians, national monuments, stages and performance halls, ceremonial grounds and buildings, crematories, religious and spiritual places. Magha is a downward-looking nakshatra. This basically relates to Magha's association with the past. It is a Ugra or fierce nakshatra. It is very clear that no throne is attained without overcoming several obstacles and enemies. Magha is also related to the second half of the lunar month of Magha, which usually falls in February in the solar calendar. It is also related to Amavasya, the 15th Tithi, or the new moon day, of the waning phase of the moon's monthly cycle. The auspicious activities under Magha Nakshatra are ceremonies, pomp and grandeur, public performance, coronations, parades, researching one's lineage and past, historical research, taking a new name, job promotion, career strategies, donation of gifts, spiritual and ancient knowledge, religious activities especially those involving ancestor worship, good time to seek favor from powerful persons and authority figures or government. Inauspicious activities are lending money, common or mundane activities, not good for futuristic planning, and dealing with new technologies. Ketu is the main planetary ruler of Magha. One of Ketu's main symbols is flag, which directly relates to authority and eminence. Any favored position in present life is gifted because of favorable past life karmas. Ketu, as we know, is the guardian of past karmas, and releases them at the right moment, in the present life through this nakshatra. Since the entirety of this nakshatra falls under Leo sign, so the influence of Sun is also present. This asterism can be seen as a combination of the Sun's and Ketu's energies, which gives royal nature, along with deep perception, penetrating insight and an independent spirit. There are specific sounds related to the four padas of this nakshatra. Each pada has a unique sound associated with it. The first pada corresponds to Ma. The second pada corresponds to Me. The third pada corresponds to Mu. And the fourth pada corresponds to May. The animal related to Magha is rat. Magha natives may have a weakness for opposite gender. Rats are highly sexually active animals, known to produce lots of progeny. As we have already discussed, Magha natives are very fixed on propagating their lineage, so their rampant sexuality is both for procreation and recreation. Magha is the 10th nakshatra. Its principal star Regulus was revered in the ancient cultures as the celestial seat of power. The constellation of Magha is located beside Hydra constellation. In ancient culture, there are references to many battles between the dragon-like monsters and the gods. Hercules, the son Jupiter, killed a Hydra, the sea dragon with 9 heads. Krishna, an incarnation of Vishnu, once defeated a great sea serpent called Kalya in the Dwapara Yuga. The whole point is to rise above your inner evils and mass mentality, and discover one's uniqueness in the creation. The Gotra or celestial lineage of this nakshatra is related to sage Angiras, one of the Saptarishis or the 7 celestial sages, looking after the affairs of the creation. One way of getting Magha's blessings is to be respectful and reverential towards elders and ancestors. Performance of Shraddha or ancestor ceremonies in the month of Magha is considered to be auspicious. It is also helpful to wear the royal colors like gold, reds and yellows. Paramhamsa Yogananda, one of the famous spiritual teachers who popularized Kriya Yoga to the West, has significant planetary placements in Magha Nakshatra. In his book Autobiography of a Yogi, he revealed his spiritual teaching were a legacy from a line of ascended masters. His guru was Sri Yukteswar. Sri Yukteswar's guru was Sri Lahiri Mahesaya, and his guru was the eternal Mahavatar Babaji, who is believed to be thousands of years old. So, it is clear that the knowledge and teachings Paramhamsa Yogananda received is from a lineage which dates back to the ancient times, which is a perfect example of the functioning of Magha Nakshatra. There are still so much things to learn, but we will end it here today. Thank you friends, for watching. If you liked this video, then please share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. More exciting contents are coming, so stay tuned. Goodbye for now. We will see you again soon. Take care.